right. I'm here.
Oh, the man, the myth, the legend, Kyle Kuhn. What's going on, man?
I don't know, man. The man, debatable. The myth, I definitely exist, and legend, I am not.
Well, I
Nah,
disagree with all of those. I cannot debate. You are all man, you are all myth, and you are all legend.
Appreciate it, brother. Appreciate it. How's it going, man?
Welcome all the listeners to another episode of Blind Sweaters. I'm Jared. We got Kyle, and I got a
Welcome.
sweater on. I got some sweatpants on. Got my hair's wet from a shower, so it looks like I'm sweating.
Nice.
Maybe-
I'm not rocking the sweatshirt today, but I do got some long pants on at least, and I will be sweating very profusely here in about a little more than an hour, because I will be jumping on my bike for a 2.5 hour ride. So
How's the weather? Is it hot there?
right now it's actually not too bad. We've actually had quite a bit of rain the last few days here in Colorado Springs, but yeah, I'll be on the indoor bike trainer. So
2 hours on an indoor bike trainer?
yeah, 2.5. It'll be fun.
That's
And then like a 30-minute run on the treadmill. So 3 hours of working out coming up. So fun times.
It's so funny because so yesterday I had a 2 hour and 7 minute workout is what it took.
Oh wow.
And it was like a combination of weightlifting and cardio, like mixed in like throughout the entire thing. And our Fridays are called Fun Fridays. And it was, I think my trainer kind of overshot what he thought would be like an hour. They're usually like an hour 25, hour 30, like at the most.
Okay.
And the last block was so the whole workout, let's just go through it if I can even remember it. But the first thing was it was 3 sets of 20 reps of 3 different exercises, and it was like kettlebell, like swing to like a 1-arm swing to squat. So you would catch it, do a squat, and it was 20 reps of that. And then it was like medicine ball, like squat to press against the wall, like 20 reps of that. And then 20 box jumps. And it was 3 rounds of those with 20 reps. And then the next block was 4 rounds of 15 reps of it was weighted burpees, and then push-up dips. So like on the parallettes, you do like a push-up, swing through, do a dip, and then 15 feet to hands. But it was 4 rounds of that. So the reps would go down, but then the sets would go up. And then the next thing was 5 rounds of 10 pull-ups, 10 ball slams with a 50-pound ball, and then 10 tuck jumps. But it was 5 rounds of those. And so that's where like the hour and 20-minute mark really was. But then there was a block of 6 of, do you know man makers? Do you do those?
I don't.
Okay, so
I don't think I know what those are.
Okay, so you got dumbbells on the floor, and you do a push-up, row, and then jump to your feet, and then press them overhead.
Okay,
it's a good thing. And we were doing those with 40s. Okay, so it was 5. Now we're in the block of 6 rounds, but we're at 5 reps. So you do 5 of the man makers, and then you have to run the turf down and back 5 times, which it's 60 yards. So that's like it's a third of a mile each time, each block, or each set, and then 5 handstand walks up the wall. So the last block was a 2-mile run within the man makers, and that's where he overshot, because it was I was literally feeling like I was going to black out, like for the first time in like a workout. It was, and the people who were still there, and David and I, shout out to David, we were the only ones that actually finished the entire workout. Like there was people that were like, I gotta go. Like it was just like they had things to do where we didn't. And
I mean, hey, that's fair.
So, but by the end, there was like the other trainers were, because my guy was long gone. He had a flight to catch, and we're still going. And the other people who were working, they're like, what are you guys still doing here? Like, how long, like, is this going to take you? And it's like, you don't understand what we're doing. Like, go check out our paper, like, go check out what we're doing. Cause they're
Yeah.
always making comments about like the workouts we do, like our trainer's
Yeah.
crazy. I'm like, is he crazy or are we for doing this? Cause it was, like David's watch at the end that like counts calories, like said like 1200, and he didn't even start it until like the like 15 minutes into it. And how accurate is an Apple Watch of counting the calories you burn? It can't be like that precise. And so I'm gonna say that we burnt like 2000 calories in this 2-hour workout. It had to have been something, because it was a different feeling. By the end of it, I was literally feeling like red hot, like I had a fever. It was crazy.
Whew.
Yeah, it
Crazy,
was
dude. Yeah. No, I mean, I'll go ahead and tell you, both your trainer and you guys you're all crazy.
for sure. For sure.
So
I
I mean
told him to frame
that's
this one.
that's the answer to that question. So
It was so funny because I wrote him on Facebook afterwards, and I was just like,
yeah.
I just want to let you know, David and I finished the entire thing, and it was wonderful. Thank you.
That's awesome, dude.
I
Yeah,
mean, you can.
that's a crazy workout, dude. No,
It was.
our gym sessions are not like that. Our gym sessions are like they get busy,
Mhm.
but we're focused more on we're focused more on injury prevention and stuff to benefit or exercises that are going to enhance
Right.
triathlon.
And
So it's a lot more it's a lot more specific.
and
you
we
know
are specific as well. Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday we regen, and Thursday is like all gymnastics. But Friday, I really like the Fun Friday thing is more of like a mental
Sure.
thing to get through. And that's where, like, because when the other trainers were like, what are you still doing here, one referred to it as being dumb, and I was
Yeah.
like, I don't think grinding through something is dumb. Like, when you feel like something's going to beat you and then you're the one that finishes it, I, I mean, honestly, the rest of the weekend I'm going to feel pretty good about myself no matter what
Yeah.
happens.
Yeah. I mean, I think there's times when you know grinding through something is dumb. Like if it's going to keep you, if it's going to cause you to be laid up
Injured.
and
Right.
injured and
Yes.
all that, then yeah, it's dumb. I ground through a lot of workouts early on in the season
Mhm.
with my arthritic shoulder that I should not have ground through.
Yes.
Um,
No, I've done that too, where it's like, this
but
isn't helping anything. I
but
totally understand that feeling.
yeah, but then on the other hand, there's a lot of days when you know, like yesterday's swim set, what for me was I mean, it was a grind. And we all had to grind through it
Mhm.
because it was hard. We were
Right.
all swimming significantly slower than we normally would have, but that's because of that was the nature of the swim set. So like yesterday's swim set, we had um, our warm up was 500 easy, then
Mhm.
2 by 400 pull with a buoy and paddles, and the first 100 of each 400 was cruise, and then you basically and then you built up to a steady pace, and then the last 100 you built every 25 meters to until you were swimming pretty hard the last 25 meters. You got 40 seconds rest in between the two 400s.
Mhm.
And then we did 500 swim where we had to go hard the last 25 of each 100 in that 500. And then we immediately followed that up with 5 100s, best effort on a minute 50-second base.
Mhm.
So basically, that means every minute 50 seconds, we're starting another 100. And so you had to swim like your best effort. And usually I swim, like 100-meter repeats in the pool. I swim anywhere from like a minute 24 on a good day to a minute 28 on a rough day. And then like yesterday, I was swimming like a minute 35. So it was like 10 seconds slower
Mhm.
for 100-meter repeats than I normally would do. But we had to do 2 rounds of that
Right.
500 and then 5 100s, and then finish it off. So like yesterday was like 4,000 meters in the pool, and then throw on top of that, I had a 8.5 mile run to do after that. But then I was done for the day. So
Well, no, but that's a good point, because there's a huge difference in grinding through an injury, something that's painful, like something that you're not making any better by doing the workout, and just
sure.
grinding through something that absolutely sucks. Like
Oh
working
yeah.
out nobody wants to work out all day. Nobody wants to do what you're about to do and do a 2.5 hour bike ride and then followed it up by getting on the treadmill for a half hour. Like nobody, like
Yeah.
that's
No.
a long time of sweating and doing something that sucks,
Oh yeah.
but it's
You're
what you
telling me,
gotta do.
bro.
No, but it's what you gotta do. And
Yeah.
honestly, like even yesterday when I finally finished whatever everything that this paper said, and it was all said and done, like by the time I got home, it was like, because honestly, like I'm not the best at anything when it comes to, well, I'm not the best at anything. Let's just be honest. But what I do have is, like, let's say the paper said, like, let's say the last round said 20 rounds. Like I'm not gonna stop like that. Like sure, it would take me 4 hours, 5 hours, but like I mean, there's ultra marathon runners. There's there's people who are doing training all day, and the thing is, like, is it going to beat your body down? For sure. Do you have the rest of the day to recover? Is there food? Are there grocery stores where I can go get nutrition to fuel my body and then sleep and recover?
Yeah.
Yeah, absolutely. Like,
Yeah.
unless
Well,
I'm doing something that's going to injure me, I'm going to keep doing it.
yeah. Well, and like, and here's the thing. Like, if you like, for a workout that's going to take 2+ hours,
Right.
or for really honestly for a workout that takes 90 minutes or longer,
Yeah.
you need calories and fuel during said workout. Uh, so like, yeah, because that's going to aid and promote your recovery as well. So it's all there's
All right.
nothing wrong with working out for, I mean, I know people that work out for 5, 6, 7, 8 hours a day sometimes, and but they are they're consuming their
Right.
they're consuming a lot of calories, and they got nutrition plans and stuff to so that they can, it aids their recovery afterward. It's not just about eating before and eating after. So like if you were to, like, I have no idea, doing that kind of circuit workout,
Mhm.
it's really hard to actually consume solid calories
Yeah.
during that. But like if you were to do something like that again, I would definitely suggest having some type of, you know, I mean, drinking at least like 32 to 60 ounces of at least Gatorade,
Dude,
um,
do you
or
want to know the
something.
truth? You want to know you want to know the God's honest truth? And I want to
Were
know
you pound, were
your
you pound, were you pounding Coca-Cola,
Kyle. I
Mountain
went
Dew,
out. I went
Dr.
out the
Pepper?
night before. I went out the night before with
Oh
Emily,
God.
and
Oh, of course you did.
I drank my ass off and got sick in the middle of the night before this.
Dude, come on, bro.
No, 100%. So no, I think that's even more impressive. This still, I got sick in the middle of the night, woke up, had nothing, and I didn't have a sip of water throughout this entire workout, and still did it.
I, it's both
Like I said,
impressive. I mean,
I'm
it's
not the best at
yeah,
anything, but I'm gonna do it.
yeah. I mean, like on the one hand, it's really impressive that you're that mentally
I
tough.
am. I am.
Uh, on the other hand, you probably could have done that workout in an hour and a half if you had had the proper fueling and hydration going into it.
Dude, there's literally no chance. You could have done it with I mean, there's other people who are in insane shape that literally just dipped out like at the hour and a half mark before this, like that last round even started. So it wasn't something that was even possible in an hour and a half. And like, I'm not the best at any of this stuff, but like it was not something that was even attainable in an hour and a half.
Yeah.
This was a 2-hour workout, no matter if you puked in the middle of the night or ate chicken and broccoli before bed.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was a good one. But
Yeah.
mental toughness is a real thing. I might not be the
It
strongest, but I got an iron
it
mind.
is. Yeah, man. Mental toughness for sure is super important, man. But I'm going to encourage you. Don't do that again.
Kyle, this is the dynamic of the show. You know I'm gonna do it again.
I know you are, but I would not be a professional athlete if I told you to do that all the time.
No, no.
I would not do that for a while, dude. I would not try. I would
What do you think's
definitely
gonna
not try
happen? You
to.
think I'm gonna have rhabdo if I do this again? What's gonna happen?
Let's just say some bad physiological things can happen in the body, dehydration, well, which leads to muscle eating itself, which then leads to rhabdo, which leads to me eulogizing your funeral.
Hey man, I can assure you my muscle definitely eats itself. I don't think you're wrong. The amount of scrawny comments that I get, I think my muscle is eating itself.
Dude, I'm telling you, bro. Let's,
Yeah, I put on some good size lately. I'm not gonna lie. I've put
yeah,
on some. Yeah. I mean, I'm calling it good size, but
there you go.
oh man,
Good stuff, bro. Good
how's
stuff.
your week
But
been? Been a
man,
productive week for you?
it's been productive. I've had some really, I'm rounding into shape for I'm leaving for Swansea in a couple of days. So
Boy,
I thought that was Australia.
it totally is. Yeah, but that's where all of the criminals from Swansea got sent to Australia, and then they started saying,
Really?
"Boy, yeah, that's what Australia is. It's like it's when all of the UK sent all of the criminals back
Okay.
thousands of years ago, and then they just started, hopping around in kangaroos, and that's what happened.
That's what happened. That's how it works, huh?
They're all their names were Joey.
Okay, gotcha. Mhm. Nice. I like it. You could be totally bullshitting me right now, but
I have for like 10 episodes.
I know you have. I think we're only on episode number 8.
I've done 2 without you and called them blind sweaters and just talked to myself.
I don't doubt it.
I thought you were there.
Man, I must be that interesting. I must be that non-interesting that you could have a whole conversation with yourself, or you're that interesting.
I've asked you like a bunch of questions and then just like answered them for myself.
There you go. There you go. Hey, at least you have a conversation. At least you have someone to have a conversation with. No, dude, I've had a really solid week. This week has mostly been it's been a solid week, both from like fitness standpoint and like a mental standpoint and all that. Like I ran 16 400s on Tuesday on the track, and was running like 516 down to 516 per mile pace down to like 502 per mile pace. So it was feeling really amazing. Or was
You're running
it
5-minute miles?
For like 400 meters, which is
that's what the pace would equate to.
Yeah, so it was like, I was running basically 76 seconds to 79 seconds for every 400, and I was getting like a minute and a half recovery in between each 400.
Yeah, that's really good.
Yeah, no, it was a solid workout, solid day. Like, there were a few where I definitely could have gone faster, but like those were the paces that we were aiming for, and nailed it. Like just feeling legs are feeling good going into Swansea, and but the more impressive thing was I set we had an 800 meter effort in the pool for time just a couple hours after this run workout, and I was able to swim my best 800 by 4 seconds. So like, coming off of a workout like that and then being able to swim My best 800, I've either been really lazy in previous 800, 800-meter swim workouts for time, or I'm just a weirdo and, I can't, I can't do solo workouts and have, best performances or anything like that. But in my line of work, the only times that count are the ones on race days. So it's like, I don't care if I run I've run a sub 16-minute 5K on the treadmill in training before, but it doesn't matter. But that time doesn't matter unless I run that time in a race. And
we're going for the gold here. I understand.
Hey man, I've pulled down 4 wins so far this year. So something seems to be working.
5's coming real soon, man.
It's gonna be dude, Swansea is going to be a really, really tough race. Like the competition is super, super deep. Like I'm finally getting to go up against like the guys that are like like number one. Like right now I'm ranked number 2 in the world, but the guy that's ranked number 1 in the world is just a beast. And then the guy that's ranked number 4 in the world right now is also going to be there, and he's an absolute stud. And then there's a couple of other guys in the top 10 that are going to be there. So it's a stacked field. And I'm excited. So the top guy in the world who everyone is it's basically everyone's gunning for him, including me. He's from he's from England. So he I think he lives in Loughborough. And then the other guy, the other top dog there is so the guy from England, his name's Dave Ellis. Super strong, ridiculously fast swim bike runner. I think he's like 4-time world champ. Let's see, he won worlds in 2013, 17, 18, and 21. So yeah, 4-time world champion. Probably would have won gold in Tokyo last year, but his chain snapped on the bike, and so he couldn't finish the race, which I'm happy about, because then I would have gotten 6th and not 5th.
Oh wow.
But
How old is he? Your age,
he's a couple years older than me. He's like 35, 36. Wow. I think he'll be 36 this year. So he's probably he'll be the gold medal favorite going into Paris. But then the other guy that is hot on his heels is a guy from France named Thibaut Rigaudot. Really, he's my age. Really talented triathlete. He and I have had some really epic duels on the race course. We've raced each other, I think, 3 times now, and I've managed to beat him twice. He's beaten me once. So it's been some good racing with Thibaut. So I'm looking forward to racing him too. So,
well, you got to imagine that Dave Ellis's fitness has got to be on the decline, that he's that old, and yours is about to start peaking.
I want my fitness to peak on at the first couple of days of September 2024. That's when I want my fitness to absolutely peak.
You're in the peak. It's going to be peaking for like the next few years. That's just how.
That's the hope. That's the hope.
Yeah.
That's the hope.
Yeah. 32.
But yeah, man. The funny thing is that Dave Ellis is faster now at 36 years old than he was when he was 31, 32, 33.
That's fishy, man. That's fishy.
Not an endurance sport, dude. Endurance sport is one of those things that, like, we've actually, my training techniques and philosophies and nutrition and biomechanics, all this stuff has come such a long way in the last 20, 30, 40 years.
That's what Lance Armstrong said too, man. I'm just saying.
No comment there, bro. No comment. No comment. We don't.
That's what I'm here for the comments.
I gotta hope and think that my competition is doing exactly what I'm doing, and that's busting their asses. And
I,
so
I've seen Icarus, man. It's a good flick.
that is true. I mean, and there's no doubt that that goes on
Oh,
in
for sure.
some
It goes on everywhere.
places,
It goes on
but
everywhere. In every
but
like in every industry, honestly.
sure,
It's not even
sure,
like one of those things that's like specific to sports anymore. It's like
yeah.
if you're a CEO of a company, it's like I got
Yeah, no, look, everyone always looks to gain an edge somehow,
right,
some way.
right.
Some ways are more nefarious than others. It's not, that's not my style. I look to, I look to gain an edge for sure, just not
Right,
through the use
right.
of artificial, not through the, not through the use of artificial enhancement of
But you
muscles
take
and all
you do
that.
take
So
supplements though. You'll take like protein powder, you'll take creatine. Will you ever have you done creatine ever?
I don't do creatine.
Uh-huh.
So like I'll do some protein. I'll do some protein powder. I mean, I obviously I take iron supplements. I take vitamin D supplements.
Yeah.
I'll occasionally take some like vitamin C supplements or something like that. But for the most part, my
Real
routines are
real
are
food.
pretty clean.
Yeah.
Pretty clean. You
The thing
know,
is, you can't even trust those supplements. Like when I first started like lifting weights and stuff, it was like you just, you get into YouTube and whatnot, and everybody's like selling you something. And
oh
so
yeah,
you think, oh, I gotta take this powder and like beta alanine and creatine and all that,
oh yeah,
like everything that would be in a pre-workout. And it's just like all this is doing is making my skin tingle. Like it's not
yeah,
actually doing anything whatsoever. It's not making me
yeah,
want to get stronger. So no, honestly, I don't
yeah,
do any, I don't even drink
yeah.
protein powder.
Like
So
I mean, like I bust my body and put
yeah.
my body through so much stress that like there's things that I absolutely need. Like I need a little bit of extra protein here and there.
Mhm.
I use I do like on race day I use like a beetroot extract powder
Yeah. 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 Yeah.
called alt red. That's been shown to have some have some positive effects.
For sure.
I actually one of the things that I use is on race day and for really really hard workouts. I'll probably use some for my bike workout today. Is this lotion? I really need to get on. Like I need to shoot some emails out and get some deals for us for promoting all this stuff on our channel, man. I use this lotion
Mhm.
called Amp Human. And it's basically you're gonna laugh at this, but it's basically sodium bicarbonate, which is baking soda.
Baking
And
soda works wonders for lactic acid.
oh yeah,
It's
and
it's
so
amazing. Yeah.
yeah, no.
No,
So, but
I know
instead of,
that.
but yeah, but so in the past, people would actually ingest it. But this is just a lotion, and the sodium bicarbonate absorbs through your skin and works its way into your muscles, and like it basically what it does is it buffers the lactate, and so lactate is the byproduct of
Right.
hard work, and that's what makes your muscles sore. And so basically what the Amp Human does is it helps stave off that. It allows you to go a little bit harder for
Mhm.
a little bit longer, and
That's
then
actually
where I notice it is in the next day. I am less sore, so I'm able to recover quicker from
and
it.
why not ingest it? Because it makes you feel like you're gonna have to shit your pants.
Yeah, that's not really a good feeling when you're trying to, swim at threshold, bike at threshold, and then
It's
run into,
literally a volcano in you. It's just it's a problem.
yeah, it's not good, man. It's not good. So the
That
so the
that's a
so
great
the
sounding
absorb
product though. That's
oh no,
great.
it's amazing. I started using it last year, and yeah, I mean unfortunately this stuff is, it's like $34 a bottle. It's like $35 a bottle. The
Well, not
bottle
for
lasts.
us after all this promotion.
I know, man. Seriously, like, hey,
Amp
momentum.
human.
Hey, momentous. Come, give us some stuff, man.
Yeah, I could use some lotion so I don't have to shit my pants.
I'll get on. I'll shoot them a note. We got this, man. We got this. But
Sounds
yeah,
much
no, and
cleaner.
then I've talked about it before on the on here before, but I use like my in race nutrition. I drink a bottle of I have a custom blend, a nutrition blend that I put in my bottle called Infinite Nutrition, and they're actually officially one of my partners now. So if you go to if you go to infinitenutrition.us and you use the code COON15, so COON15, you can knock 15% off of your order there. So
that was
and help me out. So
that was quite the promo.
Thank you. Nice
little cut there.
Hey, I appreciate it. I practice, bro. Practice. I gotta start practicing. This is kind of where
no, I'm just gonna start saying things like use the promo code Jared to get 75% off at lululemon.com. Get your
and then people are gonna go and like plug in. They're like, fuck you, Jared. It's not working.
At Krispy Kreme donut, use the promo code Jared Blind Sweater for a 50% off on donuts.
Oh, dude, I'm like legit serious. We should try to find like a sweatshirt, like a clothing company, and get a deal or something like that. I mean, we could promote this, man.
We should just go to a store and rob their sweater section.
It's also an option.
15% off or 100% off. Take your pick.
Idea to make money, 175.
And then we'll just sell them.
Oh man, you crazy. But yeah, so no, but back to the idea is that like, look, I don't know more, but most of my stuff is like I try to be clean, as clean as possible. Try to put as much real food in my body as I can. But but I'm not opposed. But when you need things like ibuprofen or meloxicam, or I get a cortisone shot in my shoulder to help with my arthritis, like that. I mean that kind of stuff is like, don't be like, let's not be stupid.
Don't be stupid, you moron.
Exactly. I mean, like, you don't need to be stupid. I mean, I'm looking, I'm looking for a long, at the end of the day, my professional triathlon career is not gonna, it'd be awesome if it lasted, a lifetime. I'm always going to be a triathlete. I'm always going to be an athlete. But at some point, there's other things that I also want to do with my life. So,
Are there a lot of injuries like later with triathlons, like your triathletes? Is there like, I know your body breaks down every day that you're training. So is it one of those things where you'll start to feel it in your knees and in your joints and stuff? Or
yeah, I mean, it's that's really where it happens. Is it like for me, a lifetime of just being athletic and not taking care of my body, well early on, contributes to injuries. You're always going to have like, freak injuries, like, my herniated disc when 3 years ago. I mean, that was a freak injury. But the arthritis in my shoulder, that's based on years of wear and tear, and like, from rock climbing and wrestling and swimming and like all that kind of stuff. So like that's a wear and tear injury, or a chronic injury, I guess we would call it. So I think but there are some people that like my buddy Andy Potts. I mean, he deals with he's 45 years old now, and still one of the top professional triathletes in the world. But he deals with all these little niggles and like calf injuries and Achilles injuries and shoulder problems and all that. And he's been he's basically been a professional athlete since he was a teenager. So like they're like, if you do something long enough, at an elite level, you're going to get a lot of wear and tear on your body, and you have to just do everything you can to, mitigate that with self-care and injury prevention and all that.
You're telling me that Mr. Potts has a lot of chronic injuries?
A little bit.
That sounds like a Snoop Dogg song.
So it's actually really funny. He has so his coach, he actually owns like a coaching company. It's called AP Racing, so Andy Potts Racing.
Yeah.
And his camp, he hosts a camp a few times a year, and one of them was here at the training center this week. And it's they're fondly known as pots heads or pot heads.
See, exactly.
So,
I was right on with this.
Yeah, no, it's a
and he has chronic injuries.
Yeah, the funny thing is he does not do pot. Like he doesn't. Like I've been around. Yeah.
Losers.
Back in the day, man. Back in the day. Back in the day.
Yeah, like
not
9
anymore.
minutes ago. How long have we been recording?
I don't know. Were you doing a bowl? Were you doing a bowl when we went on camera?
I'm actually doing one right now, Kyle.
Oh, look at you, bro. Look at you.
Nah, I'm not that guy. If I know that we're doing so, I try to use my medicinal marijuana as enhancement for what I'm like, talking to you. I want to be clear. I want to be,
Sure.
if I'm in creative mode or if I'm
going
to a show or something like that. But I'll be honest, man, like even the workout that I described, like I'm no stranger to getting high before something like that. Like it just shuts my brain down and I just go. So like, but the thing is when it's like anything, consistency. So it's like when you do it, you feel like that's what your normal is. When you don't do it, you're like, oh, that's your new normal.
Yeah.
And like all of these conversations we have and like food and what's best nutrition, I mean, it's all about what's sustainable, I think, for you.
Sure.
Like,
for sure.
Like, I mean, I heard something the other day, like it was a Joe Rogan clip and there was a jujitsu, like this kid who's a jujitsu master on there. And he talks about eating pizza and pasta every single night. And that is literally his diet. And there's no meat in his pasta either. But he's like this, he's got an Italian family. And he said, he was like, I used to do like the chicken, like, six times a day, small meals kind of thing. But he trains all day. And he just found what made him happy was one meal a day. And it's just pasta at night with a homemade pizza that he makes himself. And then he finishes it off with a pint of like acai, like a frozen.
Oh, dude. Yeah. Acai is so freaking good.
And he counted it up and it's like 7,000 calories at nighttime. And like it fuels him through his entire next day. And like, I don't do that, but I definitely fall more into that category of like, because I've done like the intermittent fasting thing. And honestly, like there's times where it's like, this feels sustainable for me. But then there's other times where I'm like, this is like me off the rails. Like this is not good. I'm just completely abusing my body with eating way too much or like not, because sometimes when you're too hungry, it's impossible to stop eating once you start.
You're telling me, man.
Yeah. So it's like you gotta fuel yourself if you know what, like I don't know, like at this point because I'm not training as much as you are like throughout the day. So like for me, it's like I have an hour workout in the morning. I come home, I'm pretty hungry usually like right after that. And then I get to work after that till dinner time. And I eat like a senior citizen. Like I eat like at 4:15, sometimes my dinner is, or like 5 o'clock. And like, and then so for me it's 2 meals a day, and then like something before bed, whether that's, a nice glass of orange juice, some frozen yogurt, or whatever it is, just something that like
Yeah.
honestly allows me to sleep.
Yeah. Yeah. No, dude, honestly, I mean, it's not like nutrition is not complicated.
It's
It's,
not.
it's not like, and we've talked about it before. It's not complicated. Everyone has their individual
Yeah,
thing,
preference for sure.
preference and what works for them. I mean, uh, like for me, like I freaking love desserts. But like it's not sustainable, like for me from an athletic standpoint
No,
to eat dessert every single day.
no.
Um, and I have a hard time with moderation.
Yeah, I can't eat
Uh,
a little dessert. Once like that
yeah,
sugar, if I get that sugar high going, it is off to the races. Like,
yeah, no, exactly. So like during the so right now I've actually I'm not like early on in the season I was really really strict with my diet, with my nutrition and all that, and I dropped like 15 20 pounds
mhm,
from the start of the season to like within the first 6 months of the season, because
wow.
I needed that. And then over the last like 2 months of the season, we've kind of eased off the gas pedal on the body composition, and just focused on the training and the workouts and stuff. And it allowed my body, and allowing me to eat what I feel is necessary. And I've settled into a nice, healthy, like 175 to 177, 178 pounds.
Mhm.
And then when I get back from Swansea, I have like, a 10-day, like a 10-day period where like we're like completely unstructured.
Mhm.
It's kind of our mid-season break. Cause we've been going since January. It's already been a long season, and normally our season would actually end in September. This year, our season ends at Thanksgiving. So it's a really, really long season this year.
Hmm.
And so like
So
we're
how
getting
hard will you go in those 10 days?
um probably pretty hard.
And how
I
do you
mean,
feel? Like, how do you feel when you go that hard? How do you feel physically, mentally? Because I mean, for me,
oh,
food would be
it's exhausting. It's exhausting, honestly. Like my stomach hurts. Like
yeah,
I drink a lot of beer. I eat a lot of ice cream.
yeah,
I eat a lot of cake, all that kind of stuff. So, but it's funny though. So like, so I've actually got some business meetings. I've got some business stuff coming up during that 10-day period as well. So I can't go completely hog wild crazy.
right.
Uh, but then I head out to Canada um, mid-August as well, and so I'll be a little bit less strict and relaxed when I'm out there, because Canada's got some pretty good craft breweries, and there's a craft distiller. There's like a distillery just down the street from where Jess and I live, in Victoria, and so like yeah, there's some good stuff around there that I will not say no to. But then when I get back to the training center mid September, I'll tighten up the nutrition plan, go really hard on the nutrition plan for like 4 6 weeks to slim back down to to lean back out to like race weight for one final, for world championships. Because world championships are going to be in Abu Dhabi, which is going to be very hot, very humid. So I don't want to be like 185 pounds
No,
racing in Abu Dhabi. I want to be like 174 pounds racing in Abu Dhabi.
it's so
So
interesting, like the difference of sports, like where it's like being lighter is so necessary, and then it's like how nice would it be to be like just
it's,
a power lifter that's just like the fluffier you are, like the stronger you are.
but like here's the thing.
It
Like,
wouldn't
so
feel good.
no. So like, but here's the thing. Like, you know, it's not necessarily the weight.
Mhm.
It's the body composition. So like if I was um I generally carry a lot of muscle mass for a
Mhm.
triathlete.
Yeah.
Now, granted, your your athletes that are really good at sprint triathlon generally do carry a
Yeah,
little bit more muscle mass.
for sure.
But like, I mean, I carry like when you look at me on the podium next to some of my competitors, like
He's jacked.
I no, I like seriously, I am a giant. Like my
Yeah.
arms are like the size of some people's calves.
There we
Like
go. There we go.
it's crazy.
Thumbs out, guns out.
um, but it's not necessarily the like a weight thing. It's the lean
Right.
body mass that
Yeah.
matters. And so when I say that I'm going to lean out to like 174 pounds, that's just an easy way to that's an easy day by day way of measuring it.
Right.
We'll measure every like 3 weeks or so my actual body comp with by doing skin fold testing and measure taking a tape measure to certain muscle groups and stuff to see and then running calculations and all that. And we might even do what's called a DEXA scan, which is like
Yeah.
this little scan that scans your whole body and then spits out how much visceral fat you have versus subcutaneous versus muscle versus bone and all that. So yeah,
Gotta get
so
rid of those 22-inch biceps, man.
I actually don't know how big they are right now.
Get out the tape measure.
I should ask my dietitian. Sally, what was
Sally, how big are my biceps? Are they as big as Dave Ellis's calf muscles? Okay, good.
We'll take them this year then.
Oh, dude, it was so funny. I had a teammate. A couple years ago. She because like we don't do stuff that like we don't do curls or anything like that because it's just ridiculous. Like why would we do something that's not functional to our sport?
Right. Yeah.
But like during the off, like as we were going into the off season, but one of my teammates was lobbying one of our strength coaches. They were like, "Hey, I need to do more curls. Because I need my beach muscles." And
Yeah,
our strength coach was like, "Why?" And my teammate was like, "My sex life sucks right now."
Yeah, we're doing the things that work. I want to do the things that really work.
I died laughing. It was funny.
It's like do some 21s.
But anyway, fun. Yeah, the little inside things that you get here on Blind Sweaters.
Yeah, the real. So when do you fly out? When is the race?
Fly out Tuesday night. So the night of August 2nd. And the race is it'll be 1 p.m. UK time on Saturday, August 6th. So that'll be like, let's say it's 8 a.m. East Coast time on Saturday.
You got to introduce yourself to Nando's while you're there. It's like
Nando's. What's that?
It's a really it's a very easy place for somebody who is looking for familiar food.
Okay.
To go get like it's considered I believe Portuguese, which is interesting, but like they have delicious chicken. Like it's the spot, man, and they're everywhere. But like
Nando's,
if you're like, oh, I don't want fish and chips again, like it's where you should go, because they have like lemon pepper chicken. They have very, very quality good healthy fuel. And they're everywhere. And I mean, they have sweet potatoes, they have corn, they have everything you would want, like before a race, after a race, because then I mean you could take it as far as you want. They've got good they have mashed potatoes, they have everything that you would want after the race and before. Yeah. They got you
So
covered.
Nando's. All right,
I'm telling you.
I gotta look up and see if there's a Nando's.
Oh, there is.
around.
There is.
All right. What I meant to say is I gotta look and see where the closest one is.
It is like, yeah, it's like Starbucks of the UK.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah, they're on every corner, and
Oh wow.
yeah, they're amazing. They're really
Okay.
are. And they're
Okay.
a lifesaver. That and go get yourself a cheeky kebab.
A cheeky
telling you.
kebab. What's that?
Yeah, well, have you ever had like a kebab? They're like basically like a gyro, but like
Yeah.
even better, like way
Yeah.
better.
Yeah.
And I wish you were in Manchester because there is a place called Abdul's,
Ooh.
and Abdul's has the best kebabs in all of the UK.
Ooh.
But I'm telling you, there once again on every corner, there's going to be like a good like kebab shop that has you covered. I mean, lamb, chicken, whatever you prefer. They also have something called Donner meat, which
Donner meat.
yeah, I'm just gonna say, just go with lamb or chicken because
Okay.
Donner is just. It's like I always ask, I'm like, what is this?
We don't know.
Yeah, no, that's where I'm at with it. But yeah, it's they're delicious though. You get it with some like some garlic sauce, some hot sauce, some like a mango chutney, wherever your taste buds guide you, you can get there.
Nice.
But like some salad in it, that's what they call their lettuce there,
Yeah.
which is funny. But I'm telling you, Nando's, you're gonna come back and be like, thank you for that.
Okay.
That
Nando's.
and their subways are amazing there, and also
Really?
games. Yeah, dude, everything you'll find this. Everything that's like, oh, I don't usually eat this because in America it's like shitty quality, is
Oh, for sure.
actually a level above. Like their Burger King is incredible over there. Like you're like, oh, this is actually a really good burger.
Yeah. I actually experienced that in Taiwan like 7 years
Yes.
ago. We went to a McDonald's and it was like, oh, this is like a legit restaurant. Like this is pretty good. Like
The best Burger King I've ever had in my life was in Amsterdam, and I'm not sure to this day of if it was the amount of smoking that I did before going to the Burger King or if it was actually the quality of the Burger King. But who cares?
probably a combination of both, but I would tend to lean toward the smoking.
That's neither here nor there.
Fair enough. Yeah. But I'm
Dude,
assuming it was not in the Amsterdam airport because I had McDonald's in the Amsterdam airport in 2007, and it was the most expensive tiny ass pancakes I had ever eaten. I was very disappointed.
That's rough.
And they didn't even give us syrup.
Yeah, I like that they call these places that you can go get high in Amsterdam coffee shops. Like I find that very interesting. It's like, who are you trying to fool right now?
Here's a latte and a doobie.
I'm an American and I'm very competitive, and I was extremely competitive with knowing that by the time I walked out of these places that I had smoked more than any other human that had ever walked into these places.
Oh my gosh, dude. Oh my gosh.
That's that's what happens on
Crazy.
tour. That's why you can't
Oh man.
That's why you got to stay in a studio where you're safe.
Yeah.
I'm less of a liability on blind sweaters that I am out in the real world.
Dude, what like dude, when I come down for your wedding, we definitely have to do an episode of Blind Sweaters in person from
Like
the
sitting next to each
studio,
other.
like sitting next to each other or like across from each other. Or so I don't know, something.
You can just sit on my lap for the whole episode.
I don't know if Emily would like that.
I'll give you a deep tissue massage while we do the episode.
Oh god, dude. Oh god.
I'll rub out them scaps.
Oh my gosh. Shit's getting weird now. Nah, man. No, it's we're gonna be it'll be a fun time. It'll be a fun time.
Do you dude, I really don't know. Do I need to send you an invitation, or are you locked in? What's the deal with this?
Jess and I are locked in, man. So we're locked in. We just need to we got Emily's electronic invitation
Yeah. Yeah.
way back when, like the save the date or whatever. So
Yeah.
like, we just need to kind of know, we just kind of need to dial it in and get
Whatever
figured
I can
out.
help with. I want to be able to help you out with like, where to stay, what to do, when to get here, all of the things that you need to know.
Yeah, that's-
I want
yeah,
to
so
help
that-
out with.
Yeah. So like probably once we get on the opposite side of Swansea, we'll start looking
Yes.
at a little bit more of like, when should we get there, and where should we stay, kind of deal.
I got to
So-
tell you, man, this is very exciting news that I was really excited to tell you about.
Oh yeah. Tell me.
Friday night before the wedding, which
Okay.
is literally my birthday, October
yeah.
21st.
Nice.
I rented out the Haven, the venue.
Oh.
So you best believe you and I are going to be playing some music on a stage together.
Oh, we are so playing some music on a stage together,
Yes,
brah.
Yes, this has been confirmed as of last night.
Sweet.
I'm gonna pack this place out with all the people who are coming to the wedding, and I hope to pack it out. I mean, even 20, 30 people there watching us play. I'm looking forward to.
We'll pack it out.
Yeah, because I've got friends coming in from out of town who we've actually never played together, like on stage, but we're in bands together. We
Yeah.
literally we're like, oh yeah, we have a band.
Yeah.
So this is
Well, I mean,
it's gonna
like
be
you and I
official.
like you and I've never played on stage in front of anyone together. Like, but
Dude, we're gonna get
we've
you on the
we've jammed
drums,
we've
we're gonna
jammed
get you
in
on
the studio
guitar.
together.
Oh
Oh
my
hell yeah, man.
oh my
Dude, like this
gosh.
is gonna be awesome, man.
We're
I'm gonna need to
literally
I'm
we're
gonna need to
have
roll in a day or two early to like rehearse with you or something.
Dude, we're gonna literally have our band is called Blind Sweaters. We're gonna have a 25-minute set, and you and I are just gonna be hopping around from whatever instrument we want. while
Love it.
entertaining the people.
I love it. I love it, man.
Nobody's allowed on stage with us.
I love it. I love it. Are you gonna be one of those guys that's like playing, you're tapping on two instruments at once? Like you got the bass over here in your left hand and your guitar in your right hand. You're just double whammying it.
If it gets to that point, I might just invite somebody else to play it with us. Like, if it's like if you're on drums and I'm like hitting a bass note and like holding it out and then soloing over it, I might just get Will to hop up and play some bass with us because he's
Okay.
ridiculous.
All right. I'm down with that. I'm down with it. We could bring a bass player. We could bring a bass player.
Yeah, if I'm holding
Oh.
two instruments and there's 20 of my closest friends who can also play music in front of us,
Fair
we
enough.
might have to allow one of them.
We might have to allow one of them to come and join in the fun.
We'll have to take their eyes before they get up there, though.
I think that's fair. I think that's
It
fair.
is. You can't
Put
play with us.
put a blindfold on, and then you can play with us.
No, that's too kind. That's too kind.
Fair. Yeah, because they can cheat that way. David's in the studio. It's just I could so see him like he's shaking his head. He's like, oh my god, what have I
David
got
actually-
myself into?
David probably ran out of the house like 30 minutes ago.
Probably.
David's moved to some foreign country.
He's like, why did I agree to do
He's like,
this
I don't
ridiculous
know.
podcast?
I don't know these guys. David moved after the Mr. Potts Chronic joke.
Probably.
He swam to an island off of Cuba
Yeah,
that doesn't
yeah.
exist.
Oh man. Yeah, so yeah, definitely dude. Yeah, just shoot me an email or a text with the official, date of when I should plan to when Jess and I should plan to be in Orlando, and maybe just shoot us a couple of ideas of where we can crash.
It
So
was funny because I was like texting you. I was like, should I send you an invitation, like a physical one? Should I send you a digital one? And then I was like, you know what? Kyle's so ahead of me when it comes to everything that is blind that even if I sent you a physical, like a card in the mail, like or an invitation, I bet do you have something that would read that for you?
so I have an app on my
Yeah.
phone that I actually have a couple of apps.
This is what I was thinking.
I have one that's called One Step Reader, that it like you take a photo and then it reads what is on the page. It works like 95% of the time. It's pretty good. But then a lot of the so Apple is actually doing a really, really good job with its text, with its it's called optical character recognition. So OCR, and I can actually take a photo just using my iPhone camera, and it's getting very good now to where it's reading a lot of what is on a page, like just in the Photos app itself. So like I can actually take a photo of like my treadmill screen at the end of a workout, and it's not perfect. It's
Right.
like I would say it's like 30% perfect. So pretty terrible, but that's 30% more than zero.
Right.
Like it'll at least capture like most of the time it captures like the number of laps that I've done on a treadmill, or like it'll catch the time or the distance or something like that. So it's getting better. But for like if you were to send me a physical invitation, like a card or something in the mail, I would do the old-fashioned way and bring it to someone that's got some eyeballs, and I would say, "Motherfucker, read this to me."
Well, that's what I was expecting. I was like, because that's the only way that I would, with a card in the mail. I'm like, what am I gonna do with this?
Yeah, no, like
besides the old-fashioned.
Yeah, so for the most part, for the most part, anything digital is pretty good. So yeah,
Now-
just shoot me
now when
just
you
shoot me an
say-
email or a text.
Now, when you say "motherfucker, read this to me," do they still want to read this to you?
Of course not. Because I never actually say "motherfucker, read this to me."
It's in your head. It's in your head.
Exactly. I'm used.
You're taking it out on them when they're trying to help you. I get it. I get it.
It's usually more like, "Excuse me, I would really appreciate your assistance with something. Would you be open to reading this to me?"
You have this skill of vision. Please assist me.
Exactly. You have the gift of sight. I need
You've worked so hard on being able to read and provide me the knowledge.
Exactly. Have a cookie.
Yeah. What can I do for you in return?
Oh, love it.
Well, that person would not be able to come up and play with us on stage unless they
Heck no.
really, we'd have to do something about it.
Heck yeah, man. Oh man. Oh, dude, like I'm jacked. I'm like jazzed up now. Like I'm
We know
pumped.
you're jacked. You've told us now.
Dude, I'm excited. I'm excited to come and like jump on
Yeah.
stage with you, man. Like
Heck yeah.
we haven't played together in over 10, like, well, we played together on Blind Sweaters, and that was probably our
Something.
most watched. That was probably our most watched episode. Funnily enough.
That's because I clicked on it 1,000 times.
That too. I did too. It was awesome.
No, but dude,
But yeah, we haven't played together in like we haven't played together in person in over 10 years. So like I'm pumped about that. It's gonna be fun.
And dude, you back in O-Town, once you put it out on your social media, like that you're going to be playing, I mean, there might be a line outside the venue just to come see you.
We might have
This
to.
is going to be.
We might
this is
have
gonna
to.
be
We might have to do a cover charge, Jared.
Oh, I'm trying to make some money for this. I got a wedding to pay for.
I figured. Don't worry, my cut is only 53%.
That's fine. That's fine. That seems fair. You're gonna have all
Nah,
your
bro.
UCF
No, bro.
teachers there, and
You're the star of the show, man. You're the star of the show. I'll let you take 52.9%.
no, I'm the douchebag promoter who's just trying to like make like 10%.
I gotcha.
I gotta pay my artists.
Okay. Fair enough.
Yeah.
Fair enough. Nah, man. Like this is gonna be fun. I'll bring my harmonicas. Probably won't play them, but nah.
Just
If you
throw
bring the guitars, supply some drumsticks and a drum kit, man. And I haven't spun around a drum kit since the last time I played with you. So might be a little rusty, but we'll make it work.
I think you still got it.
if there's one thing, if there's one musical instrument, like, I mean, dude, I played drums for so freaking long.
Yeah.
Like, if there's one instrument that, like, give me 5 minutes,
Yeah.
like, give me 5 minutes of warm up, and I'm like, all right, we're good. Got this.
Dude, I have a feeling you're going to be having some drummers quit that night. They're going to be like, what? How? What? He hasn't played in 10 years. You're going to be, you're gonna be breaking
I don't
hearts
know.
like you always do.
I don't know if I was that. I don't know if I was that good. Maybe back in the day, like when I was like 14 years old and was like
But you
playing every
weren't that
day.
bad either.
That's true. I wasn't. I was not bad. But, like,
No.
I was no
buddy,
Larnell Lewis or Neil Peart or and any of Carter Beauford. I was none of those guys. But
you had the potential to be.
If I had stuck with it,
For sure.
yeah,
For
yeah.
sure.
If I had stuck with it, there's no telling. So
no, man, you weren't just tapping on those drums. You had style, you had fills, you had great rhythm, wonderful creativity, and honestly, like anything you do, if you had put everything that you do into being a triathlete into drumming, I mean, you would have been Neil Peart.
I appreciate that, man. I mean, when you talk about no, seriously,
right.
no. I mean that dude, that means a lot coming from you. I mean, and when you're talking, I'm never gonna try and compare myself to one of the greatest drummers of all time. But man, it's just
that's what I'm here for.
I appreciate it, bro. Appreciate it.
No, but I'm jazzed up as well for it. It's gonna be all,
dude. That's gonna be fun. That's gonna be fun, man.
You be jacked, I'll be jazzed.
Hey, jacked and jazzed. I love it.
It's like Jack and Jill, but
better.
Yeah, way better.
But way better.
When are you gonna start suiting up for your ride?
Probably 5 minutes after we get off here.
Nice, man.
So yeah, I'll go throw the bike shorts on, throw a jersey on, get my bottles all sorted with my nutrition, and then head down to the tri room and jump on the bike. And today's set is it's a 20-minute warm up followed by 2 by 10 minutes at high endurance power. And then I got 6 by 1.5 minutes max effort with 3 minutes recovery, and then just cruise for the rest of the time. So
is somebody
fun.
coaching you through all this? Like, is somebody how do you know when you're at your times?
So I actually I have an app on my phone. It's a workout timer. And I programmed the workout into the workout timer this morning, and so it'll give me like a 3-second countdown, and then it'll speak out the what I'm doing.
That's just amazing.
And then I have on my bike trainer is the Wahoo Kicker, and it connects via Bluetooth to my phone, and I can use my finger and swipe around on the screen and see what power I'm holding, what my cadence is, all that good stuff.
Dude, that's awesome.
And the kicker will record all that, and then I can save that and upload it to to Strava or Training Peaks, or fitness apps like that. So Training Peaks is the coaching software that my coach uses to write all of our workouts, and then he uses it to analyze like our bike and run workouts that we do. And then Strava is, I don't know if you know Strava, but it's basically a social media fitness app. And so there's a handful of athletes professional athletes that are like, I'm not posting any of my stuff up on Strava. I don't want my competition to see what I'm doing. I'm like, I'm in the camp of I don't care what the competition thinks. Just let's show up on race day and race. So
Honestly, that really is the best way to go about it, in my opinion.
Exactly.
Well, that's awesome.
Yeah, man.
That is good.
What's on your you doing another episode with Abdias and his boys, or
I hope so. I hope to be doing something. I've got a day today that I haven't been able to truly figure out yet. I don't know if you
Okay.
ever have like options where you're just like all of them are just causing stress in your head,
Sure.
because you're kind of just being torn like a massive game of tug of war of like, which
Sure.
way do I go?
Sure.
My buddy Will is playing at the House of Blues tonight.
Oh,
He's
nice.
he's in a Green Day cover band.
Nice.
And yeah, he's been he was my bass player in Symmetry, and he's my musical brother. And
Nice.
he moved to Florida with me
Okay.
about 5-6 years ago, and he's been playing out all the time. Like he's now like just a full-on working musician of just playing with
Love it.
everybody and
Good for him.
playing. Yeah, dude. He's the thing is, he's that good that for him to not be doing that is a shame, because
Yeah.
he's that good as a bass player. He's that good as a guitar player. He's
Nice.
just yeah, he can learn stuff, and he can learn things. No, but he
It's
really
amazing.
being able to learn other people's songs and sound like the artist, and he's just
That's super impressive.
it is. It's not something I'm good at, and I've never.
No, me neither.
Never. Yeah, I sound like me.
Yeah.
I don't sound like And so tonight he's the lead guitar player of Green Day, and like that's what he's going to be doing. And
That's
it's so
cool.
funny because he was my bass player, and he is literally the most perfect bass player like you will ever hear. Like he's just
Nice.
he can sound like everybody. He can like the most metal stuff in the world, the most funk stuff in the world, like
Nice.
the simple stuff and the most technical. And he is just he's a wild man. And
That's awesome.
yeah, so he's playing there tonight, and I don't even really want to get into it, but there's some things that are just keeping me
Okay.
very mentally torn
Yeah.
of the rest of my evening and how it plays
Sure.
out.
Sure.
And but it's one of those things that dude, you got to separate it, and you got to just it's one of I hope that I'm there tonight to support him.
Absolutely.
Yeah, because that at the end of the day, that's really what matters is showing up.
Yeah.
And so yeah, I hope to have a nice story of showing up. 'Cause
Awesome.
sometimes our heads can prevent us from showing up, and after the fact we're like, why? Like
Yeah.
that's like, I'm like, why didn't you just push yourself to do it? Because I sometimes you need that push. Sometimes you need to give yourself a push. Sometimes there's other things that are like, oh, I should be doing this, or oh, I'm not there for this reason. And it's like,
Yeah.
would he be there for me? I like to think he would be. So but at the end of the day, dude, honestly, I really don't know.
Fair enough, bro. Fair
Yeah.
enough. Well,
Yeah.
maybe I'll look at my schedule this week, and I know I'm not available next Saturday,
Yeah.
but maybe who knows? Maybe we do a little episode when I'm back in your old neck of the woods.
Oi.
Oi.
Dude, I'm really excited for you. I'm excited for you to be there, and I'm excited for you to try some Nando's.
Yeah, I'll be checking it out. I'll be checking out a few places. So I'm pumped, man. I'm pumped.
Dude,
I'm excited.
When you're experiencing all of the bad food from pubs, you're gonna be like, oh my gosh, thank you so much, Jared, for telling me about Nando's. Because
I mean, I do got to get some fish and chips. I mean, like, yeah, I haven't had fish and chips in a long time, so like I definitely got to get some fish and chips from a pub. My teammate can't drink here in the US, but he can drink over in the UK for age reasons.
well, just make sure you're drunk before you have the bland fish and chips that you're gonna order.
Oh, for sure. 100%.
Because it's not good. Like it's one of those
Ah.
things that's it's good in like thought. It's like, oh, I'm gonna go to the UK, I'm gonna have some fish and chips, and then you're like, oh, right.
Oh no, I totally believe you. No, the best fish and chips I've ever had has actually been in Hawaii. So
For sure. How would it not
like
be?
exactly.
Yeah.
Like that, those are good fish and chips. No, but yeah, my teammate is like, we are raging all night long. I'm like raging all night long in that I'm gonna go to bed at like 10 o'clock.
Just make sure you order a Jaeger bomb for me, because that's the last place that I had Jaeger bombs. And
Oh
I
man, I
had-
haven't had a Jaeger bomb in
we had this
10,
thing.
at least 10, probably since before you and I last jammed together.
Dude, as Max, Will, and I, my drummer, my bass player, and myself, we
Yep.
became Jaeger bombs. Like it
Oh
was
my
like that. It was like,
gosh.
yeah, and literally we would stand like as a triangle, and we'd be like, Jaeger bomb, Jaeger bomb, Jaeger bomb. And if we did that, we knew there was gonna be like 3 bottles of Jaeger. Dude, I once actually ordered 50 Jaeger bombs from a
Oh
pub.
my god.
Yeah, I was at a club.
I can't imagine.
Dude, I swear to you, I walked up and I'm like, we want 50 Jaeger bombs. And the bartender like probably looked at me like I had 7 heads. And she's like, I can only give 3 drinks per person. And dude, I swear to you, I turned around and I started just counting random people. I started pointing at like everybody. I'm like, they're with us, they're with us, they're with us. And Will, the guy who I'm gonna go see tonight, he's drunk out of his mind, standing, and he didn't know what the conversation was, and he just goes, 5, we're 5 people, 5. And I'm like, no.
No.
So we
Oh
got
my
15 and
gosh.
called it a day.
That was probably smarter,
It was,
but
it was
it's
just one of those
still
nights
it's
where-
still like, dude, that's oh my
Dude, if
god,
I
that's
woke up
crazy.
the next day with a bill of like on my credit card that said 50 Jaeger bombs, I don't know when the next time I would have had a good day was. It might have taken a while.
I would be surprised if you woke up the next morning.
Right. That's,
Blind sweaters would not exist if you had had 50 Jaeger bombs. So I'm
And
very
where would-
glad that you did not have.
yeah. We'll
actually
thank
have 50
Will for
Jaeger
saying
bombs.
5 people. 5.
Yes. Thank you, Will. Thank you much, man.
Well, dude,
I
have
owe Will a beer.
on that note, I'm gonna let you go. Do your
Sounds good, bro.
do your
Sounds good.
do your stuff.
Sounds
But,
good, man.
Have a safe travel.
Will do, man. You have fun at the cover concert tonight.
Thanks, man.
And whatever else you get up to, say hello to Abdias for me. And I gotta come
will.
on I gotta come on y'all's show at some point. That'd be
Yeah,
fun.
dude, we need you.
Aw.
Our show is falling apart without you. We need some Kyle in our just to add
All right,
that,
we'll make
that
it.
extra
We'll make
spice.
we'll make it happen the next couple weeks, bro. We'll make it happen.
Awesome, dude. Have a great day.
Awesome. Have a great day, bro. See ya.
Later.